Bienvenidos a Difficult-ish.
Where'd she learn that one?
Welcome to our podcast called Difficult-ish, a podcast about different South Asian narratives, but just narratives in general, you know?
Yeah, we're expanding nowadays.
Yeah, no longer niche, you know?
We're not for South Asians anymore.
Yeah, we're for everyone.
We're for
But you guys already knew that. I am your fellow co-host, Mahua Khan.
I'm your other co-host. My name is Mashimunir.
Yeah. MM and MK.
M.
Yeah. And today we actually asked you guys on our Instagram story at Difficult-ish, what are your crazy, juicy, current moment situationship / relationship / friendship stories that we can react to, give advice to, or just even bring it back to our own personal lives and like our own reflections on that, right? So you guys sent in some fun ones. You guys also sent in some boring ones that we won't delve too much in. You know, we did think that you had some more juice to you.
Apparently not. Apparently you guys are,
you
need
guys
to
have some
live
more life
some more
to
life.
Live. Yeah.
Oh wow.
That was a good one. But anyway, so yeah, we're gonna react to some. But before we get started, obviously you can like and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube.
You
haven't already, what the hell?
It don't cost none.
What the hell? Okay?
Support
That's
don't
what we
cost
say it
none.
early on, so you guys can just click the subscribe button, click the like button, little thumbs up, the little bell if you want to be notified when we post. If you're listening on any streaming platform, Spotify, Apple, you can rate and review.
Yeah, it's free.
It helps us a lot. It's free. And
free.
Who doesn't like free things?
Well, you're paying for Spotify. But us, free.
Right. And you can also follow us on Instagram and TikTok. It's
free.
Difficult-ish and at Difficult-ish podcast.
Free.
Because you sometimes get featured in our episodes because we almost always put our episode beforehand.
Yeah.
On the stories.
Yeah.
But anyway, buddy, how's it going? How's
life? Calm.
Yeah, you look very glowy. Like you
Do
look very
I?
like bronzy. Like,
Yeah, I've been using the spray.
Oh, what spray?
By Osea.
Oh, Osea.
Yeah.
Which one? Like a facial?
It's like the face spray. It's like the revitalizer spray.
Oh, is that what it's
Brings
called?
you back to life.
Right.
Feel me? I look lively.
It's like the ocean spray, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one.
It's
yeah.
nice because you don't, like during the hot summer months, you don't want to keep washing your face all the time because you have sunscreen and whatever products. That's a nice like little
a little additive. Feel me?
Additive.
But yeah, I came back from Florida.
Yeah.
Was in Florida. Just did some Floridian things.
Like
hung out with my niece.
What are like some Floridian things?
Bake.
We don't have that here in New York.
Nah, like I am being baked.
Oh, you are the baked.
I am.
Okay.
I am the baked goods.
Okay.
Here I am back to New York.
Right.
Back to the heat wave. My mangoes weren't ready yet. Some were,
I was
but
just gonna tell you, my mom was like, the mangoes weren't hitting. They're like, they went bad. I know, bruh.
Well, she did wait a couple days since we got them.
No, you waited a couple of days to give it to her. Because you came on Thursday.
How's this my fault?
No, but I'm saying you should have put it in the fridge because I think we left it out too long.
She'd still eat it. She could still like add it into like a smoothie or something.
But I'm saying like next time when you go, maybe don't get like the ripe ones right away, because then if you wait a couple of days, it gets too much.
But they don't continue to ripen after you pick them. A little bit, but not in the stage that they were
yet. I don't know what happened, but it like,
feel me?
But
yeah, now I'm out here.
Yeah.
That's it.
Back to the heat wave of New York. How you feel?
Yeah, where else we were baking in? Hamptons.
Oh, hey, yo.
Hamptons. You
What
heard,
you know about
you
the
heard
Hamptons?
The Hamptons?
Who
sang about the Hamptons? Someone did. I forgot who has sang or rap about the Hamptons.
I feel like every goddamn rapper has. Every
I
celebrity.
always hear the name the Hamptons, but I never know where it came from.
Yeah, I don't know either.
All right, but yeah.
But the Hamptons is like a very luxe area in all the way at the tip of Long Island, where all the celebrities, influencers, all the higher class people live and vacation in. And I've heard of it. I've been to Montauk before for little day trips with the family and things like that. I've also jet skied before there. But anyway, I've never like actually like been there to like vacation in.
Yeah.
Like I never, how people do the shopping, the poolside, beachside, like all this and that. I've never done that really.
No.
You know, with the family, I just go to the lighthouse. You know,
Yeah, take
but
a little
like
selfie, we're good.
this time around, we went with the brand.
Isn't that crazy?
It was my first ever
Shout
brand
out to them.
trip.
Shout out to them. I was the plus one.
Yeah, he was a little plus one. He was so excited. We took a little bus
Yeah.
from Manhattan and we drove all the way 2.5 hours to the Hamptons in the morning from Manhattan. And it was just so like out of a movie, you know? And not even out of a movie. It's just like, you know how you always hear about it and you always see it on social media and you're like, oh my God, this is a fantasy land, right? And then once we got to this house for this brand called Mezcla, it's like a plant protein bar company. Yeah, it's pretty good. We were at this like house in the Hamptons. There was a pool. They had workouts because it was like a wellness trip. There was like workouts available. It was very hot because
Too much.
It was a lot of
too
wellness,
much working out.
a lot of workout.
They should have read the room. Be
There was
like,
a heat
wow,
wave.
it's burning.
But like these things are planned ahead of time. But anyway, there was a cold plunge. So I don't know why you didn't get in there because I got in there.
No.
Why didn't you want to get in there?
I don't know. I didn't want to do it in public. Like,
why?
I don't know. It's just like I feel like it's like a not a public thing. It's like meditative.
But everyone was doing it.
Yeah, I see it as like a meditative thing, as like a
Okay.
I'm not gonna just be sitting.
I see it
right
as like
there,
you push
know.
yourself to your limits to see how much you can withstand.
No,
with the
so
cold.
I like pool. I go pool.
All right.
I go
Anyway,
pool.
we also had the massages. We had the pool party and things like that. Obviously, as people who have never experienced any of this, really, we took charge and we used all of them. We really implemented it into our lives, right?
Yeah, snuck out some sunscreen from
Yeah. It was a good party. I liked it. It was just very nice to like manifest. Like, damn, imagine having a house like this one day. Not maybe in the Hamptons, but like a house in general like this one day.
Yeah, just a house.
And just a house. And like being able to like host parties for your family.
That's the
and
allure of
friends.
having a house.
That's what I'm saying.
You know,
Like,
'cause you wanna-
our immigrant parents were never able to like experience that.
Yeah. I understand it,
Yeah.
I get it. Maybe not
It's
in
a calm life.
this stage of my life, but
Yeah.
I understand why people want a house. They want to be, especially the families that have the big families. That makes you want one even more, because and if they live close by, you have them over all the time.
It makes you want to reproduce more because you're like, I have this house.
now I need to.
Yeah,
I
now
got
I
this
need to
extra
fill it up.
room that got all my video games in. Now I
Yeah.
can have a kid in there.
Yeah.
Um,
All right, so we are responding to you guys from Instagram. Again, you can follow us at Difficultish on Instagram to send in your responses. Make sure to also listen till the end of the episode to hear the emoji. I can't speak. Hear the emoji of the week, so we know that you are a true one and you listen to the end.
True one, not a fool.
These are some of the responses that we got. Okay. Someone said, "Man texted me on another number after I had him blocked and broke no contact on TikTok."
Wait, and broke.
No contact on TikTok. So that means like, when you go like you don't contact an ex anymore.
Oh, right.
He broke that.
Right.
And he went contact.
What do you think about like the
emailers?
Yeah,
I just knew
what
you
was
were
about
gonna
to
say that.
Yeah,
Well,
what
I've
are your
been there,
thoughts
done
on
that. No, I wasn't the emailer. I was the
you were the
emailee.
emailed.
Emailed.
Damn.
Emailed.
Break that down. What's that life like?
No, it's just crazy because it's like LinkedIn. Like, imagine getting an email message on LinkedIn.
Yeah, a little like bird flies into your room.
Bro, it's just
with
crazy
mail.
because it's like you really thought you exhausted all of the options where you blocked him on the phone numbers, you blocked him on the social media apps, you blocked him everywhere, but then they still find like a little way. Hey, it's me.
Is blocking ever justified? Blocking.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
In like a real relationship.
Like what do you mean? Like you guys are broken up and you blocked them?
No. Say a real relationship, not like talking like whatever, or like after y'all broke up. Not that. Like while y'all in a relationship, if you're like really mad or if he does something, is blocking ever justified?
Like you guys aren't broken up though.
No, y'all are still together.
Like you're only doing that for attention?
Attention, or like you're like really like he actually did something like really messed up and like you don't want to talk to like whatever, like whatever it was, but like not after the relationship, like while you're in a relationship. Is that ever justified?
I think it's situational. Like I think I had an era. I had an era where I would hit the block even though
just cause
just cause
you ate dinner without me.
You ate dinner without me blocked,
right.
That was an era, right? I'm not there anymore. That was probably like 7 years ago. maybe 5 years ago. 6 years ago. No, 6 years. It was yesterday. No, I'm just kidding. Can you imagine? It was probably 6 years ago. But I don't think, personally, as someone that has evolved from that and can kind of see from like an outside perspective, I don't think it's the most mature thing to do.
Right.
To constantly block, even though you know you're gonna be with them for the long time being. Long
time coming being.
I don't know. You know what?
We get it.
Okay. But I don't think it's mature because I feel like sometimes you're doing it for attention, and also sometimes you have like this innate like feeling that this is making them more attached to you, and that they're gonna come back stronger to you and love you harder.
It's all in the head,
right?
Yeah,
it's all like a psychological game. But also at the end of the day, why do you want to play a psychological game with your partner?
Damn.
Right? Yeah, like your long-term partner.
Damn.
Like, why are you like?
Some of y'all need to hear that.
Like in your
Some
head,
of y'all need to hear
you're
that.
overthinking so hard to the point, and you're plotting so hard. You're like, damn, I'm gonna block him right now. This way, he's gonna find whatever way it is to find like come contact me. And if he does do that, that means he really loves me and he really wants to be with me. Meanwhile, you blocked him because he cheated on you. Maybe you shouldn't really be with him anyway. But you know, that's a whole other story.
To each their own.
Each their own.
Instead of blocking,
sometimes
you could have
cheating works. But anyway,
communicated.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, does blocking work? But anyway, that was not even the point of what she said.
Oh, right. Sorry.
So that was us. So he texted you on another number, right? Have you ever made like, you know, those apps where you download and like you can make a fake number?
I've heard of them. I personally have not done, you know, activity like that.
Yeah.
But you know, like,
I used to use one of those apps in high school.
Oh yeah.
Not to like get back at anyone, but because I had no phone and that was the only way to get a number.
Oh yeah, I did that too.
Yeah.
I used to have a HTC One, and before I had, you know, a phone number I was using. Yeah,
I believe it.
Okay. I used it for texting. Never mind. Because I didn't have free anyway. Yeah. I mean, why'd you block him? I think that's important to establish. That's important to establish. Were you just mad he had dinner without you? That's not justifiable. I think because, you know, I'm trying to think, like, if you blocked me on everything, I don't know what I would do. I would probably just try to still reach out to you, but also at the same time I understand that, like, I did something that really pissed you off, so I should probably just.
After 4 years of us being together, you did something.
Maybe I should give her some space.
Yeah, maybe you should just move to another country.
All right.
But the second part of what she said is that this guy broke no contact. Isn't it the worst shit ever? Where you're like finally getting over someone because you've broken up, you haven't talked to them in months, you know, you're moving on, and they text you out of nowhere.
Remember me?
Hey, remember me? Eid Mubarak.
Like, hope you're well.
Hope you're well. You know those Drake texts?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that just like undoes everything, you know?
Yeah, true.
What a piece of shit.
Oh. Wow.
I don't know. I don't know the situation.
Yeah, situational, you know, but
I feel like sometimes guys know when you are moving on and they're not. So they're like, "Oh, let me just like go into her life again, mess it up, and then leave." You know?
Guys just think about themselves. Like they're not even thinking about the effects that this will have on like the girl.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah, I'm bored.
Yeah.
I'm a texter. Meanwhile, her going through a whole traumatic experience once again.
Also, there are girls out there like
that.
same
shit.
Do you think it's true that like, you know how when a girl, like the guy versus girl moving on phases are like the girl grieves and cries for a few months and then she starts slowly moving on, whereas the guy, when they first break up with someone or get broken up with, they're like happy and celebrating, and then a few months later it hits them and they're like, oh, I want her back. We
literally like just hung out with someone who went through this exact same thing. Yeah, that's how it goes.
Yeah,
because you know, guys, like they'll be like, oh my god, I'm finally free. I'm free. I can do whatever I want. But like for girls, like they have to like process first, and then they'll be like, yeah, I'm finally free and happy.
Yeah,
like actually,
I feel like we're more emotionally intelligent in that way.
Yeah, facts.
Because it's like, why can't a guy just like learn to grieve in the beginning, you know, instead of ruining your life months later and coming back?
Questions
that we'll never know the answer to.
We'll never know the answer to.
All right. The next one, someone said, my ex situationship lasted 9 months before he realized he can't do long distance relationships. Even though we went on 2 trips, we loved each other and we were both Desi and Muslim, but I think he has some internalized racism. After we broke up, we wanted to stay friends, but he was crossing boundaries. He ghosted me when we were to talk about us being friends, and now he is blocked. The phases of a situationship.
Can y'all be friends after after a relationship ends? Like regular like friends, like, you know, texts every now and then, like.
How long ago did the relationship end, and when did you date? Like,
They
if it's
did-
like a
they-
high school relationship.
They didn't date long. You know, they dated 9 months when they were 19 or something, and like it wasn't like super serious. Like, they never talked about marriage or anything. But it's like, you know, and but you know, then you know, like, is being friends with your ex okay?
I think it's fine, but I think it depends on a lot of different situations. For example, like, why'd you guys break up? Second, how long did you guys date? Third, like, are they in a relationship right now? Fourth, do they have feelings for you? Are there still, like, you know, no closure or unwarranted feelings somewhere? I think it depends on a lot of things.
True.
You know, like, I personally don't talk to anyone that, like, I've been associated with in the past.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like I have bad blood with everyone, you know, but I also don't feel some type of way if you were to talk to someone that from your past either, you know. I mean, it depends again on, like, what
It
the
does
situation
depend.
is, you know.
Yeah.
But I think
But,
situationships,
shorty.
you can't really, like, for example, like a situationship. How would you describe that?
Yeah, I was literally about to ask the same thing.
Oh, you don't know?
I think I don't even like.
I think how I would describe it is, like, you're in a relationship, but it's not official, and you guys are not exclusive, but you guys are doing everything that you would in a relationship.
I thought situationship was like you guys are together, but you just like don't know if it's actually gonna last. So like you have like a lot of like internal conflict of like, am I wasting my time in this? Like, you know, like we like disagree on like what we want to do in like the future, like whatever. Because I think like the vast majority of people that are dating in like their late teens or early 20s, they don't know if they're gonna marry the person that they're with. So I think like a lot of the time there's always like that like conversation you have with yourself. You're like, am I wasting my time doing this? And like I think that's why, like, you know, cheating is probably like a big thing, because like people are just like early in life and just don't know what they're doing and don't care to take anything serious because they don't have any long-term vision with anybody, because they're just starting life.
I think your definition is kind of intermingled with like my definition.
Yeah.
They all go hand in hand.
Yeah.
But I do think it's like an unofficial relationship where you don't know what the other person's doing, what you're doing, if it's like meant to be, if you're going to be together. There are like weird feelings associated with it where you don't really trust them fully. They don't trust you fully. Like, you know, it's wishy-washy, but you're still with each other because it's like, you know, sometimes there's like a thrill with it.
Yeah.
You know, especially when you're young, you're like, dang.
Yeah, only when you're young, man.
Yeah.
That shit is a
when
waste
you're
of
old,
time.
when you're like 46.
Like, I remember like I used to always like hear or see online or whatever, like when I was younger, I would see like, oh, like, you know, when you get older, you like, you know, it's better to just be like confrontational and just like ask like, oh, like, what are you looking for? Like, what are you trying to do? Like, what are your intentions in a relationship? And I never like thought that through too much when I was young, because like no one cares about what your intentions are when you're 19. Like, nobody's intention is to get married. But it's like when you're older and you think about like if you're dating in like your mid or late 20s, like the last thing you want to do is waste your time.
Yeah.
Like the last thing you want to do is get into a situationship, because now I'm spending my money that I work for on top of like
Things
all the
that
bills that I
serious.
pay to like with you, and like I don't have a lot of time. Like with this time that I'm giving you, I could give to other things that are actually beneficial to me.
Yeah.
Whereas like when you're young, you don't goddamn care about wasting anything.
Yeah.
You know, so
Agreed.
yeah, it's like last thing you want to do when you're older is waste your time.
Yeah.
So
I think it's so crazy. You know how people are like, oh, you know you're with the right one when you have butterflies in your stomach? I don't want butterflies in my stomach.
Yeah, I want
I want
comfortability.
Peace. I want peace.
Yeah.
Because I think that's the thing with situationships and with people that you shouldn't really be with in the long term. Like, it's fine to have butterflies in your stomach in the initial stages, but I think it should evolve into just like comfort and peace, where you're not always kind of like you have this electric, like, passionate feeling towards this person where you're kind of on the edge of your toes. The edge of your seat. Balancing like a ballerina. Because, like, I don't know, like, I think in the honeymoon phase and like the initial stages, it's good to feel like that anxiety mixed with like excitement and like the butterflies, and you're excited to see them, and like, you know, I'm still excited to see you all the time, but also there's more like comfort to it, you know,
It's
like safety.
It's like you don't want to only be happy when something exciting happens.
Yeah.
Like you want to be happy throughout the relationship, and
Yeah.
then when something exciting happens, you're like extra happy.
Yeah.
You know, but it's like you don't want to just be like waiting around until like some trip or some, you know, date night. You know, you want to enjoy like the mundane too.
Like you're just chasing the highs instead of just like following the lows. But do you think that's a hot take? Like,
no,
like,
not at all.
But a lot of people don't really think like that. They want like people get tired of relationships after being with them for a long time and being married to them or whatever it is, because they don't get like that butterfly feeling anymore. I definitely think in a relationship, a healthy long-term relationship, you need to have butterflies sometimes.
Yes.
Like there still needs to be like excitement and passion or like whatever it is, but I don't think it's normal to look for a relationship with just butterflies.
You have to love and enjoy the mundane.
Yeah. That was a good one. That was a good one. How'd you think of that one?
I just said it like 2 minutes ago.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear that one.
Yeah, because I mean, like, everybody loves like the exciting shit, but it's like you don't, like, you want to be okay with like spending all day with someone not doing anything. Like we have days where like
shit,
we have days where we're just sitting on our laptops together, and it's like it's
and
nice.
we don't talk. Yeah.
And like at the same time, you also have to have healthy boundaries and understand that like the other person probably needs like their own space, or like I need my own space, and just because I want a date to myself has nothing to do with me not being with you.
Ugly.
You know.
Yeah.
Actually today
actually
no, it's you know, it's all about having a good balance between yourself and your partner.
Yeah.
Yeah, situationships in your 20s is crazy.
Really?
Chill out, shorty.
No, that's a hot take.
Mid to late 20s, that's a difference.
That's a hot take.
There's a big difference between 21 and 26.
But there's a lot of people that still
I think if you're in a situationship in your mid to late 20s, you are wasting your time. Please exit and find God or find something else until, you know, you're ready for something serious.
All right, someone says, as friends, I tend to attract people who will make fun of me in public. Isolation in an island is the solution.
I'm sorry. One more time.
I tend to attract people who will make fun of me in public. So she has friends that will embarrass her. Thoughts? I had. We all had them.
I'm fresh to this take.
You're fresh to this. You've never had friends that tried to like humble you.
No, but like wanting that, like someone wanting.
No,
that.
she doesn't want that.
You said she wants it.
No, she said she has it.
Oh. And like it's a problem, and it's a problem.
Yeah, she says that she keeps attracting people that make fun of her in public.
I thought she was saying like she wants.
Why would she want?
That's why I was confused. That's why I was confused.
To this take.
That's why I was confused. Okay, I feel you.
That's why she's saying she wants to be isolated just by herself because she's tired of this.
Damn.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
What?
That was me.
That was you? Like you were the one humbling, or you were the humble?
I was the one getting embarrassed.
Oh, okay. I thought you were the one embarrassing.
No, I think a lot of time the person that, you know, it's like bullies become bullies because they were bullied before, you know. So I think that happens too. But yeah, I mean in high school it can happen it can be your fault sometimes. It can be not your fault sometimes. Your fault as in like, you know, not to say like you're being bullied for a reason, but it's like you know, a lot of the time maybe you're drawing too much negative attention to yourself. Maybe you're, you know, craving acceptance from somebody else, and
or maybe you don't know how to stand up for yourself, and people just walk all over you.
So yeah, not to blame you, but it's like, you know, there can be things that you are doing incorrectly that you know, other people are taking advantage of. People are like seeing weaknesses in you.
Maybe not even doing incorrectly, but maybe something that is like hard for you to let go of, like behaviors that maybe you grew up with during your childhood that is hard for you to like unlearn in your adulthood, you know, because I feel like especially if you have childhood friends that you grew up with, it's hard to detach yourself from them if they are embarrassing you in public or humbling you because you grew up with them and you're kind of like, oh, I've had them my whole life, like who else do I have if I don't have them, you know, even though you're not really having the best time with them. I mean, sometimes you have good memories, obviously, but you're not feeling the best about yourself. But yeah, it's important to just kind of realize that there are other people that would support you and not humble you. Like, it's not a normal part of any relationship, whether a friendship or a romantic relationship, for that person to like bring you down constantly.
Yeah, that's not the right people.
Yeah.
And a lot of time they don't even know what they're doing,
Yeah.
maybe because, hurt people, man.
Yeah.
Everybody got their own thing going on. Especially if you're young, I think that's when you're most susceptible to it, is because, everybody has shit going on with their own friend group or, in a relationship or at home, and they'll take it out on someone else, you know, because they don't want to work on themselves. They don't know how to work on themselves yet.
I think the first tactic for this type of situation is that if you do want to still remain friends with them and you don't think that they're doing it out of bad judgment, they're just doing it for fun and it gets too far, into it, maybe try talking to them and telling them like how you feel and like how that makes you feel, those comments, and see if they change and see if they're like actually genuinely like empathetic or sympathetic about it. If that doesn't work, I think the only other option is to just get out of that relationship.
Yeah, I think the latter.
Really?
Because
without even saying anything.
I'm not saying like cut it off cold turkey, but
Okay.
add some space, man. Because a lot of the time, if someone's doing that, probably doing it to other people. They're probably and a lot of time the conversation might do it. They might be. I think there's the minority which don't realize what they're doing to other people, but I think for the vast majority, they're more so doing it on purpose. It's like if there's someone who like comments like on Instagram, like not hate comments, but like things in like a negative tone, or like a have like a
like
you look pretty for a blonde hateful girl, like undertone to it. It's like that's not like if somebody says that and then you reply like, hey, by the way, that's not a nice way to say that, you could have said that better. They're not listening, like they're not changing. That's just kind of like, I believe they're just gonna continue being like that until they one day they like realize on their own that they're being stupid. Yeah. So I think if you are in a friend group with people that are just treating you like shit, I don't think a conversation is gonna change that most of the time. Most of the time you just gotta add a little space, and then maybe come back around if you want, and hopefully they'll realize and they'll take the initiative and like apologizing and how they treated you. It's too late. Sometimes it is too late. A lot of time, but it is what it is, man. I think we get fantasized with like a lot of the friends that like maybe we grew up with. They're like close friends we have at like early points in our life, and think that we gotta have them forever. Whereas like just because y'all from the same city, went to the same school, does not mean y'all are meant to be friends. That was just who you had the most accessibility to, because they were just right there. It has no relationship to what type of friendship and what type of person you are meant to have a close relationship with. You can have a close relationship. Your personality is probably meant for people in goddamn Guatemala. You just don't know it yet. You just have to keep exploring and experiencing people, and you will come to realize a lot of the friends that you will make later on in your life are not going to be from your childhood, are not going to be from people down the street. It takes people who have like complementary personalities to you to build a close relationship. So like, don't take it too personal if you're getting too lost in like your friend group lost nowadays.
Isn't it so crazy how like your upbringing and like your relationship to your parents, or the way that you were talked to growing up, or whatever it is, has such a big impact on who you feel like you should accept when you get older. What was that saying?
What you mean by that? What?
Perks of being a wallflower. You only accept the love that you think you deserve. Yeah, you like that one.
Snap with that.
You like that one.
That shit brought me.
That was a good like closure, right?
Back. That shit.
Because it's like,
that's a fact. That's a fact.
It sucks sometimes because we constantly feel like, oh my God, we keep attracting these friends that are trying to embarrass us in public or humbling us. But at the end of the day, maybe it's some internal work that we have to do within ourselves and stay away from those friends and just like have that space alone to think about why we feel like we're attracting these people and like what it is about ourselves that is like making us not like stand up for ourselves, or making us feel like we have to stay with these friends, like what is it from our childhood or what we learned growing up that makes us think like that.
Damn, shorty.
Yeah. You know.
Damn,
you know.
shorty.
You know. You know.
God.
You know. I just had to.
Kind of killed that.
I just had to.
Kind of smoke.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll move on.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I mean,
You like that one?
yeah, good. Y'all got some juicy takes.
Only some.
Feel me? Yeah, some of y'all need to live a little bit more life. It's okay.
It's okay.
It's
Y'all
okay.
are young still.
A lot of y'all, Sam, 8, 9.
Why the hell are you commenting if you're 8 years old, if you're listening to this?
But thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you enjoyed these little story times.
Yeah.
Please let us know if you want us to do more. If you want us to do like these interactive, like get y'all responses and stuff. We've done this for like other types of things, like hot takes, red flags, stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, what's up? Like final thoughts, 10-second advice. How you want
10-second advice? Yeah, what's up? I've been in the era of like tanning, like not being afraid of the sun. Blonde girls have always been just like, get away from the sun. You're gonna get too dark. You're gonna become ugly. You're not gonna be able to be married off. Right?
Talk about it.
Don't be scared of the sun. Put your sunscreen on and be protected from the sun, and SPF up. But don't be scared of getting darker.
Don't. It's nice to have a little,
a little glow.
A little, feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice.
What's your thought? Anything you've been thinking about? A little piece of advice.
Maybe try less carbs this summer.
What you mean?
You don't gotta have pasta 3 times a day.
Hey, what if I do?
You don't gotta have toast 4 times a day.
Banglis and rice were a big thing with that.
If anything, because I think us brown people were used to getting a bunch of rice on our plate. Try
a little bit
more of the the goodies that come on the side.
Yeah.
Try it out for a couple days. You might feel more energy,
lighter. Yeah.
Feel me?
Yeah. Good one. Good one, buddy. What's the emoji of the week?
Thank you. The emoji of the week is going to be Is there a Hamptons emoji?
I was gonna say umbrella.
Put an umbrella
for the sun.
Why not? Put an umbrella for the sun.
Yeah.
Her mom loves running around with umbrellas.
It's so crazy. I just see her. She's like running with an umbrella.
It's a brown mom thing.
Just get a hat.
I get it. It's okay. No, but that's like you gotta. Then your head gets sweaty.
I guess,
but it's like the umbrella. It's like, and it's like for pictures too.
Yeah.
You wouldn't get it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, okay. She's like a content creator. So.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, thank you guys so much for listening to this episode of Difficultish. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, rate the podcast, review the podcast, follow us on Instagram, and give us a big hug.
Yay!
Bye.
All right, we love you guys. Bye.